Look at that thing. Oh my What's going on, guys? I've been wanting to make this video for a long time, and I've had a lot of requests for this video. Making YouTube videos and the equipment that I use is one of the things I get the most questions about. So I wanted to sit down and I wanted to show you guys today some of the tools that I use, the cameras and the equipment that I use, and give you guys some suggestions for making YouTube videos, okay? So first thing I'm going to do is show you guys the original camera that I did all my YouTube filming and editing on. That's it right there, my iPhone. For the first probably 6 months that I did YouTube, I filmed everything right here and I edited all in iMovie on my iPhone. So I would literally drag the clips, cut and edit right here. So if you're starting out, you don't have very much equipment, you don't have very much money to spend, use your iPhone, use that for a while until you get advanced a little bit in YouTube, and then you'll be able to maybe afford some better camera gear. This is where I started off. You can edit, upload everything right here. So do that, that's a great starting point. If you're a little bit past that and you want to use some cameras, these are some of the cameras that I use. So this is one of the ones that I use a lot. This is a Canon G7X Mark II. This camera is about 600 bucks. It takes really good video, really clear video. Obviously it has a small lens. It's not gonna give you the quality of a DSLR, but what it is gonna give you is crisp video quality, 1080p, and also decent photographs. If you understand photography, you can adjust some of the settings to get a little bit better, like in manual mode. It can do time lapses and things like that. It has a few little features that make it very valuable. One of the best features of this camera is it has the flip up vlog style screen, so you can see yourself when you're talking to the camera or when you're filming in the field. The last few years has been about 80% of my content has been filmed on one of these. You can throw them in your pocket, in your pack. They're easy to carry around, easy to haul, and the best camera, they always say, is the camera that you have with you. So this is a good way to go. This is what I use for most of my stuff until I recently upgraded. Another camera that I use all the time, right here, is a GoPro. So in my videos, like some of my fishing videos, you'll see this point of view where I'm casting a fishing pole. I wear this on a chest mount or a head mount. When I'm fishing, I use a chest mount because it shows really good what's going on with your hands. And when I'm hunting, especially archery hunting, I wear a head mount because that way it doesn't get in the way when you draw your bow. So this is a handy little camera. The thing about the GoPro is it takes a super wide field of view. Has a really wide lens, so you can see a lot, but it's not really great for, I mean, the video quality isn't really great. It takes high, like 1080p or 4K depending on which GoPro you get. This is a Hero 4. But you're not gonna get any zoom, obviously. It just kind of shows the big picture of what's going on. They're awesome for B-roll because you can stash them, you can stick them. I stick one on the tailgate of my truck, or I put it on the top of my pack. I put it different places when I'm walking around. But the things you gotta know about this is, one, these waterproof cases really hinder the sound. So you can either get an external mic and attach it to your GoPro, or you can get these little shelf mounts like this. And this mount just holds the GoPro without inhibiting the microphone at all. But it also makes you susceptible to water damage and things like that. So this is good if you're gonna, film those underwater shots, releases on fish, be out in bad weather. But if you're not gonna be in those kind of situations, use this shelf and you'll get better audio quality. So that's a good way to go. You can buy the kit and it comes with a lot of different GoPro accessories. I have about all the accessories, and honestly I've used about 3 of them. The chest mount, the head mount. But a GoPro is an awesome tool. You can attach it to your bow or to your rifle and do a lot of cool things with the GoPro. So let's talk about some other cameras here. So this right here is a camera that I started out. This is really the first camera that I invested in. What it is it's a Canon SX510HS. So it's just a point and shoot camera with a bigger zoom. It doesn't have a flip up screen, but it does shoot 1080p 60 FPS, so you can do some good slow-mos. This is a cool camera with a lot of limitations. If you want to zoom out there far, it has a built-in, I think it's has a built-in 30 power optical zoom, so you can get out there a little bit further. However, you do lose quality of video when you get out in lower light, and because it doesn't have as good of a light gathering capability, I guess, in simple terms. So low light, it doesn't do very well, but when the lighting's good, you can actually get really good quality video at long ranges with this, even better than you get with something like a phone scope through a spotting scope. I think this is a better deal than a spotting scope. Anyway, costs about what a phone scope costs for these cameras. They're literally $100 to $150 nowadays, and you can do a ton with them. So that's a good way to go. Let's see, some of the other stuff that I'm using. Okay, so the other one is I'm filming on it right now. So is my DSLR setup, and I'm gonna take it off the tripod and kind of show you guys. So now that I'm switching over, you're gonna see me go from filming on my DSLR, which is a Canon SL2, over to my Canon G7X Mark II. So you can see the difference, and you'll also hear the difference in audio quality. So let's swap those out. Try that. Okay. So now I'm filming on the Canon G7X. The good thing about the Canon G7X is it is really bright. It's a really clear camera. As you can see, the audio quality is not as good because on my DSLR I do have an external mic setup. So this is my DSLR. This is a Canon SL2, a very inexpensive and what would probably be considered a beginner level DSLR. The reason I picked this camera is because it has a really good autofocus for video, and it's small, it's compact, and it has actually a beginner mode built into it that kind of walks you through the steps of learning how to shoot on a DSLR. They are a lot more man, I'm sweating like a pig in here. It's like 100 degrees. They are a lot more complicated than your smaller cameras, your point and shoots, but the quality is a lot better. You can achieve that cool blurry background effect with them. You can do a lot more in low light. They have the ability to turn the aperture wide open and be able to shoot night shots and do time lapses. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, I am an absolute beginner when it comes to shooting with a DSLR. This is something I've been learning for a few months, so I'm not the guy to talk to if you want in-depth photo tutorials on how to shoot with a DSLR. I'm just a basic guy who likes to film his hunts, and this is the next thing that I've upgraded to. So this camera costs about 600 bucks for a kit. It comes with the standard lens, which is an 18 to 55 millimeter lens, so you do get a little bit of zoom out of it, not a whole lot. And then this is the Rode Video Micro. This is the mic that I just bought, just added this mic today, so I don't know how it does for sure, but I have a lot of friends that are using it that say it's a really good mic. So this camera is cool. You can do a lot of things with it, but you will have to buy a few different lenses in order to film hunts if you want to be filming things at farther ranges. And also, if you want to vlog with this camera, you might want to buy a smaller, like a wider angle lens. So you plan on buying a few lenses if you have a DSLR to be able to do it what you want. I've just been messing around with the kit lens, and I've been pretty happy with the results. I feel like my videos look better, the video quality's better. Another thing you can do to improve your video quality is always pack around some sort of a tripod. This is just a little tripod made for a point and shoot, but you can set it up when you talk to the camera, or if you need to take pictures, put your camera on a timer, whatever it is, it just will up your game so much to have a little tripod and be able to just set it up and get steady video. My camera right now is sitting on a Primos trigger stick, and that's what I like to use for filming when I'm out in the hills, because it's so quick to adjust and it's easy to use. So that's a good way to go for filming your hunts while you're out and about. So that is my basic setup. As far as editing goes, I use a MacBook Pro. I have a 2015 15-inch MacBook Pro. You don't need that kind of a computer. That computer, I bought it with the intention of learning to use a more technical editing software, but I'm still editing in iMovie. It's a beginner class editing software, super user-friendly, easy to use, and it's a great way to go really for just when you're learning to put it together. But I as well need to upgrade and need to probably step up my editing a little bit, and I'll probably upgrade to Premiere, probably Final Cut Pro, or one of those different editing softwares. So that's kind of a basic rundown. And I want you guys to know this. The important thing is that you start shooting content. You start putting stuff up. You start putting videos out. That's more important than the gear. And as you get into it, you'll figure what works for you a little bit better. A lot of people use a camcorder to film hunts. That's a good way to go as well. But I find that these vlog style cameras with the flip up screen and the DSLR fit my style of hunting and my style a little bit better, because I like to do a little bit of photography, a little bit of night photography. And that's pretty much the breakdown right there. Those are the cameras that I use. They're super basic, they're easy to use, but my quality I feel like gets a little bit better every time I use them. So most important thing is start filming it, start putting stuff out there, start editing. iMovie's a good place to start. If you're a little bit more computer savvy, you know, maybe use some better editing software, but start uploading. And if you want to start a YouTube channel, it's super easy. All you have to do is come up with a name for your channel, start posting videos, start getting out there and start growing. Just do your best to tell the story. Let the video tell the story. Get everything that you can on film. That's something that I struggle with sometimes, is letting the story tell itself. I like get excited. My deer in Arizona this year was a perfect example. I didn't get the kill shot on film because I was too excited to even turn my camera on. But you'll start to get over those little things, and you'll start to be able to tell the story a little bit better. And that's what matters right there. So this has been a breakdown of my camera gear. I know it's probably different for you, but if you guys have any tips, leave me a comment below. Tell me what your tips are for filming and video your hunt. Also, if you have any questions that you want answered, leave a comment below and I'll do my best to respond to all the comments in this video. And like always, I'd appreciate if you guys would take a minute, subscribe to the channel if you thought this video was helpful, and let me know what you guys want to see. I'm going to keep making videos. I've had a lot of requests for these ones, and I'll keep putting these things out. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.